do this one thing for energy and calm, both. Amazing. Something that can both energize and calm you down to supersize and grow your business. Guess what? You're doing it anyway, so you might as well do it intentionally. But before we talk about that, we are going to hop into the A of our SOAP framework, our 4-part framework that we use to deal with any challenge, any setback, any obstacle, any problem, any situation that we want to make better or that we want to eliminate almost immediately. We've covered our story. What's our current situation? What's our desired situation? We've covered and brainstormed options yesterday. You did that, right? At least 10, because we're going to look at those today and we're going to take action on one. We're going to analyze them and take action on one. And the tool I'm recommending today is one of my favorite, learned by trial and error and lots of experiences, skipping one of these elements, only to discover that whenever I skipped one of these elements or I looked at it and then ignored it anyway, the results were less than what I would have desired or less than what I wanted. And that is the head, heart, and intuition tool. And it's just a way of rating. I usually take out of the 10 my top 3 options, the ones I feel most inclined to do, and then I compare them to one another. And usually we're not comparing apples to apples. So in order to really come up with a way of picking and choosing that is fair and impartial, because we're all about fair and impartial, right? I like to use a tool like this or a scale. So I'll just take the option I like the most, that I think I like the most, my intellect and the evidence appears to support the most, and I'll give that the number 3. Then I will think about, okay, what are my emotions? What are my heart? What are my feelings about this? The one I, again, feel the best about, I'll give a number 3. And then intuition, and I will admit, this is the one that I am most likely to ignore, but has proven to be the one that is dead nuts on and I need to always listen to. I pretty much do now. Couple things I don't, but for the most part I do. I'm like, I just check in. I'm like, is this for me or not? And if we're quiet for a couple of seconds, which is hard for some of us, the answer will come and we'll know whether we should or should not do something. And even if the evidence looks good and everything looks good on paper, and I think it's a good deal or a good opportunity, and I feel like it might be, if my gut says anything is off, it's an automatic no, or it's a not now, because I've had too many experiences where I ignored that and it turned out really, 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 really bad for me. Now, of course, I'm still here, so obviously not earth shattering, but it made my life a lot more difficult and challenging than it had to be for long periods of time. All right, what are we talking about today? We are talking about breath work. So our action item today is to pick one thing and take action on it. So we're gonna have 2 action items today. One with respect to the SOAP framework. We'll do that during this, and then when we do the super framework. And then today's topic. Today's topic is breath work. And I will admit that until I had my sudden cardiac arrest in 2010 and did some research after I was out of the hospital from that, I never even thought of breath work. And then I did a little bit, and I've done certain things with breath work, but it wasn't until I came on the school platform last year that I really noticed how powerful it is and how many people are actually using it and teaching it. And I'm sure they've been around all the time. I just didn't notice. So the awesome thing about paying attention to our breathing and all breath work is different breathing techniques that cause us to be more conscious about our breathing. There's all different types. I challenge you today to Google or ask AI, what are the top 10 breathwork exercises or the breathwork techniques, and see what comes up for you. And I'm going to do this. I haven't done it yet. I thought about it this morning. I'm going to ask it the top 10 for breathwork techniques for energy and the top 10 breathwork techniques for calm. And I want to see if the lists are the same. I don't know if they will be or not. I suspect there will definitely be crossover, because the cool thing about breathing is we're doing it already, and we can use it anytime, any place, because it's free, right? It's free to breathe. It's still free where I live, so I hope it stays free forever. It's free to breathe. We're free to breathe, and even with a cold and a cough, we still need to breathe. So the thing about breathing, and I want you to ask yourself a couple of questions about breathing. Number 1, are you like me and you never really give it much thought? And number 2, the reason I think that breathing and breath work is so powerful is it allows us to immediately change our state. If you've ever studied Tony Robbins or NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, you know how powerful it is, and that changing our breathing can immediately change our state. It can immediately calm us down. It can immediately give us energy for fight or flight, whatever we need. But never underestimate the power of breathing, because it's what keeps us going every single day, right? So we know how powerful it is. We just don't necessarily pay attention to it. I think from a calming down perspective, for me personally, concentrating or paying attention to my breathing on a conscious level brings me back to center and focuses me in on what's important and what's a priority for me, and calms me down. Other techniques I use to give me energy before I do a presentation or a talk or a video, I might do a certain breathing exercise. And usually that would be something more like a box breathing or something like that. Why? Because some of the things that require energy also require us to be calm. Speaking in front of other people requires us to have energy, but it also requires that we have calm confidence, not that we're all over the place. Present company excluded, of course. So today, think about how you can incorporate breath work and breathing, and how you can set the example for the people in your organization. If you are a hothead who flies off the handle and type A personality who goes a little crazy sometimes, guess what you're going to get? A whole organization filled of people just like you. Is that what you want? Great. If it's not, who is going to do anything about it? You. You're the only one that can do anything about it. I think one of the greatest things we can do for our businesses and our companies is to set the example. Set the example of what we want to see in our life, in our world, in our business, in our culture, and in other people that we surround ourselves with. If you don't want to be seen as chaotic and goofy, don't ask chaotic and goofy or crazy. And people will see you as those things, for the most part. I have reflective questions and things. If you'd like to see those, put reflection or a question mark in the comments below, and I'll share those. I am going to nurse my cold another couple of days and hop off. But our action item for this today is to pick one breathwork technique and practice it today. Something you've never done before, just try it out. But then share in the comments below, do you do breathwork? Have you ever done breathwork? Do you have a favorite breathing exercise or favorite breathing technique? If so, share it. Share in the comments below so we can all learn from one another. If I can help you in any way, hit me up and ask. I am working on something big for the Supersize Your Business school community. Just to give you a little sneak preview. I'm not going to share at all, but I ran it by a couple of people in the community yesterday. I'm like, okay, this is what I think I'm going to do. Do you guys think this is crazy or a good idea? And I got 3 it's a good ideas, so I'm going to move forward with it. And hopefully I asked the right people, and I will check in with my head, heart, and intuition today as I work on it, but I think I'm going to do it. All right. Have an awesome day, and I'll, of course, see you tomorrow. Bye.